So welcome to the second part of Learning Outcome 1, where we discuss simultaneous equation and also solving it both linear and also in a graphical way. We also, in this part of the learning outcome, we will also describe how we can actually solve quadratic equation, sketching quadratic graph using formulas that, are appropriate. So now we want to look at this. What are simultaneous equations? So simply, there are two equations with what? With two unknowns. The two unknowns are always represented by actually what? X and Y. So it could be more, it might not be X or Y, but know that those two variables, they're actually what? Unknown. So to solve simultaneous equation means you have to find values for X and Y that satisfy both equations. So when you see simultaneously, the English meaning of simultaneous is actually what? When things are actually happening at the same time. So in this part too, the equations too, they actually happening at the same time. So the first one is that, look at these two equations now. So you can see that there are some few things you have to know. Let me just put that one here. The first rule that you have to know when solving this equation is that you have to check. The first rule is that you have to check the middle coefficient. So that's the first thing you check. So if same, like if the same. So then two, you have to check the signs. So if the signs are the same, if it's the same sign, you have to what? You have to take it away. If you have what? Different signs, you add. That is it. So don't forget, please. You must check the coefficients first before you decide what to do. So let's look at a typical example. Look at the first one, and they give you this equation. 2x minus y equals to 1. 2x, 3x plus y equals to 9. You can check it now. They have the same middle variable. Can you see? They have the same the middle variable, y and y. Check the middle coefficients. So you can see that they have what? The same coefficients is called what? 1y and 1y, both top and the bottom equation. So I told you earlier that you have to check the rules. If they are the same equation, if they are the same sign, you have to what? You add. So if they are these different signs, sorry, you add. If they are the same signs, you take away. But in this case now, they actually what? Different signs. So you have to add. So when you add them together, 2x plus 3x gives you 5x. 1 plus 9 gives you 10. Because when you add them together, this minus 1 plus y gives you 0. So it's now got 5x equals to 10. So what can you multiply by 5 to get to 10? The best thing for you is that divide both sides by 5. Then that gives you 5 divided 10 by 5 is 2. So it's going to be x. So answer is what? X equals to 2. That's the first one. Can you see? X equals to 2. So easy. So, but that is not the end of everything. You still have to look for the other one. That's actually what? Y. How can you find Y? So what you have to do basically is that you will select any equation of your choice. Are you picking the first one or you want the second one? So I'm going to ask you now, Karimi, which one are you going to choose? The first or the second? Which one will you prefer to pick? The first one or the second one? Hello? I want us to be engaging, That's the reason why you joined. So I just want you to be actually engaging and everything. So I'll pick the first one. So the first one, what you have to do is this. Since you know that x equals to 2, anywhere you see x, you put 2 there. So let's pick the first equation. It's going to be, this is the x there. So we change the x to 2. That gives you what? 2 times 2 minus y equals to 1. Then 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus y equals to 1. Then you add, you take away 4 from both sides. That gives you minus y equals to minus 3. Then y cancel y like this. Y will now be equal to what? 3. That's it. Can you see? X is 2. Y is what? Is 3. That's the simplest one. So you can just stop it, pause it, have a go. That's the answer. So the same thing too, you see here, you know, in this case here, you can see that the y's are what? The y's are different signs. The y's are actually what? The same signs here. The y's are the same signs. So you have to work on it differently. So now they have the same signs. I told you earlier from the rule that you have to actually what add them together if they actually what so take it away, sorry. If they have what, if they actually what have the same sign. So let's take them away now. So 5x minus 3x, that gives you what? 2x. Put your 2x there. So y minus y is going to be 0. Then 17 minus 11 is going to be 6. So 2x equals to 6. X will be equal to what? 6 divided by 2. That's 3. Can you see? That's it. We got our first answer. Then the second one, 2 is this. So now, since you know that x is 3, you can pick any of those equations to solve for what? To solve for y. So I ask you, this you didn't answer me. You can actually pick the first equation, or you can also pick the second equation. If you are picking the first equation, is what? 5x plus y equals to 17. So what you have to do basically is this. You just do 5 times 3, that's 15, can you see? Plus y equals to 17. Then you take away 15 from both sides. That gives you y equals to 2. Can you see? So x is 3, y equals to 2. That's very easy. So, hello, are you still there with me? Hello?
Yes, sir, I'm with you.
Yeah, you didn't, when I asked you a question last time, you didn't answer me. Why?
No, I'm all good, sir.
Okay.
Just it's very noisy, that's why I'm not unmuting.
Okay. So now, this is slightly either one compared to the ones we actually did. So this one, both of them, you know, this one now is 3y and this y. Both of them are not having the same coefficients. One is having what is it called? 3y. That one is having what? Only 1y. So because they are not having the same coefficients, you cannot solve them directly. You cannot actually you cannot actually solve them directly. So what you have to do in this case, you have to actually make sure that What you have to do basically is that you have to make sure that you you make it the same. So because this one, just multiply by 3. So when you multiply this one, okay, you can to make it a lot easier for you, This one is 2x here. You can just add them together. But I want us to find the ones that, okay, this one is still the same. I want us to do a basic question. Yeah, this one. Can you see? This is actually what they have different signs, different 2y. One is y, one is 2y. So for you to make it the same, multiply this one by 2. So can you see? So when you multiply by 2, you have to multiply all of them by 2. So it's going to be 2 times 3x, that's going to give you 6x. 2 times y gives you 2y. 2 times 10 gives you 20. Can you see? I've changed the top one to 6y plus 2y plus 20 so that I can be able to match 2y can match each other. So this one is going to be what? 5x plus 2y equals to 17. Then you now add them, you now take it away. This one is going to be what? X. This one is 0. So it's going to be 3. X equals to 3. Can you see? Then what is now y? Anywhere you see x, you now put what here? You put 3. So it's going to be what? 5 times 3. Goes to what? 5 times 3. Goes to what? 5 times 3. Five times 3 plus 2y equals to 17. So it's 15 plus 2y equals to 17. So that gives you what? Minus 15 for both sides. That gives you 2y equals to 2. Y equals to 1. That's it. So it's that straightforward. Please look at this thing very well, digest it. I will mute myself and I will come back again. So digest it very well. Please, I'll pause the recording. But solving some simultaneous equation by straight line graph. So two lines either meet at the point, intersect, or they are parallel, they never meet. So to find where two lines meet, draw a graph of both lines on the same grid and read off the point of intersection. So for example now, that is what we have to do if we want to actually solve it graphically. So we said that find where x plus y and x minus y intersect. The point they intersect, that is actually what the point, the solution for the equation. The point they meet, that's going to be the solution for the equation. So let's look at it now. So you have to draw it first. So when you draw it first, x plus y equals to what? You draw x plus y equals to 5. If you want to draw it, you will put x on one side, y on the other side. Then you form like a table, for it. So for example, now, if x is 1, you put to have 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So if x is 0, what is y? Y is going to be 4, because if you say 0 here, this is going to be what? 5. Y is going to be 5. If x is 1, y is going to be 4, because they must add up to 5. If x is 2, y is going to be 3. If y is 3, if x is 3, y is going to be 2. Can you see? That's the this thing for that. Second one too, you will do it. If x is 0, y is going to be what? Minus 1. If x is 4, y is going to be what? 3. If x is 1, y is going to be 0. So you plot those lines there. You plot it there. You don't put it on the graph. So this is the graph now. Can you see? You plot those graphs there. So when you plot those graphs, the point they meet is this point. Can you see? You trace it there. This. So here is going to be what? Can you see? 3, 2. So that means that's what? Where x equals to 3 and y equals to 2, that is actually what? The solution. So that's the solution for it. Don't forget, the first step that you have to do is that you have to make a table and also plot the graph for it. You make a table and you actually plot that graph for it. The point at which they actually meeting, that is the equation. The point at which they are meeting, that is the equation. So now I will ask you to do one for me. So 1 sec, just hold on a sec. Sorry, 1 sec. Okay. Ready to tell me the answer for this one? Can you, what is the going to be the solution? What's going to be the solution? You see, this is the point they meet. I told you about the points. They actually what meet. So x is 3 there, and y is what? 1. So x equals to 3, y equals to 1. So the coordinate is going to be what? 3, 1. That's all. That's all. Can you tell me this? What's going to be the solution for this one? So this is the quadratic function. So you can see that so they always have different powers of x. So like x squared, x, and actually what you see, there's always having what different powers of x. So this is a constant form, the one without x. This is the one that is linear. This is one that is what quadratics. It's always to the power of 2. So I just want us to like look at it. So when you see this one, I call this one a cup. Can you see? It's like a cup. That is going to be what? That is a positive quadratics. This one is a cap. I call it what? Negative what? Quadratics. So you can see that this is the maximum value on that on the positive one, negative one. Sorry, the minimum value on the positive one. So the first thing that we have to do is that we want to learn how to actually draw it out, graphically. So one thing you have to be aware of is that quadratics always reflect. So for example, now when you draw it like this, there's going to be like reflection of the other one on the parts of it. So so look at the first one now. When you see this one, like it's similar to what I told you earlier about getting values when you want to plot graphs for simultaneous equation. So the same thing for this one too. You start by maybe probably putting, when x equals to 0, if x equals to 0, what is going to be what? Y. So this is the question. The question is, you can see the question here. If y, if x equals to 0, what's going to be y? 0, 0, y is going to be equal to -1. You know that one already. So, and y is going to be equal to y -1. You know that one already. So now let's look at the first one. If x equals to 1, you just put 1. Sorry, let me put these numbers there. So you have what? 1, 2, 3. You just put that one. If x equals to 1, what is going to be y? So anywhere you see x, you put 1 there. So can you see they have replaced x by 1 here. So when you put that one in the calculator, it gives you what? -3. So you plot it down. When x is 1, y is -3. Can you see? It's there. What is about when x is 2? So when x is 2, you see, you put the 2 squared there. So you keep on plotting it until the values. Can you see? When x is 2, y equals to -1. when x is 2, y equals to minus 1. Then when x equals to 3, y equals to 5. When x equals to 3, y equals to 5. Can you see? That one is there. When x equals to 2, 1. When x equals to 2, y equals to minus 1. Can you see? It's there. So when you plot it, when you plot these 3 points, you can just reflect it on the other one. That's it. If you could follow, like you know the first 1, 2, 3, just if you plot it there, then you could just reflect it out on the other part. So it's not, but a lot of people, we like to do all the values from negative to positive, but it's not really, because of time. Just try and plot the positive part first. Then you already know the where is symmetrical. So when it's symmetrical, then you can just, trace it and plot it on the other part. So talking about where it's actually what's symmetrical, we could do that one by using this one. S equals to what? Minus b over 2a. Then this is 4. You see, 4. Then 2a. A is 2. So just put 2 times 2 is 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. So that's when we know that when s equals to 1, that is the value of when it's actually when it's symmetrical. Then what is going to be y at that point? Y is going to be minus 3. That is when you actually work out that straightforward. So you can see that one. So that is actually how to plot it. It's not easy. So it's straightforward. I'm just going to make those things, and you see it's part of the recording. So you're going to practically be aware of moving it slightly. This is the practical finding the line of symmetry, then plotting the first part. Using that first part to actually determine the other one. That's it. I'll just ask you to digest that quickly and come back for the final part. Oh, I have to tell you that you didn't pass the assignment. So carry me along as you actually doing those assignments, please. So the last one is just quadratic formula. So I'll just actually put that one on the screen. This slide does not actually cover that. So it's like when you have something like this, x equals to minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. That is what the quadratic formula. So let's look at how to solve one of the equations now. So if you have something like this, x squared plus 5x plus 1 equals to 0, then you have, so if there's no number before x squared, so, you have to find what a equals to, what b equals to, and what c equals to. Because there's no number, this is the quadratic equation, ax squared plus bx plus c. A is beside x squared. Because there's no number beside x squared here, so it's going to be 1. So a equals to 1. B, can you see b is before x? So, and 5 is before x here, so b is going to be 5. And c, this is c, and you see you trace it this way. And this one. So c is going to be 1. So you now put that one into this equation. So it's going to be what? X equals to minus 5, because b is 5, minus 5 plus or minus the square root of b squared. B squared is what? 5 squared is 25. You put 25 there. Minus 4. So you just put 5 squared there first, so that you won't get confused. 5 squared minus 4 times 1 times 1. So everything over 2 times 1. So 5 squared is 25. So it's going to be minus 5 plus or minus that gives you plus 21 over 2. Then minus 5 minus root 21 over 2. And you see, because it's plus or minus, and you see, so you have to do the plus positive first for the negative. That's it. So these are the answers for that. So you can put this one in calculator. So that's going to give you minus 0.2. This one is going to give you minus 4.8. Those are the answers. So you can also, try this type of question. This question, if you have something like this, 2x squared plus 6x plus 1 equals to 0. That gives you A equals to 2, B equals to 6, C equals to 1. Then you put that one to the equation again. It's going to be what? X equals 2. So this one, you can pause it first before doing it. So x equals to what? Minus B. Sorry, minus B, 6. Minus B plus or minus 6 squared. Minus 4 times 2 times 1. Everything over 2 times 2. So it's going to be what? Minus 6 plus or minus root 28 over 4. Then you now do this one to be what? Minus 6 plus root 28 over 4. Minus 6 minus root 28 over 4. One, 7, 7, 1, 2. So s equals to what? Minus 2.8228. That's it. So you can just pause this video, do it yourself. Then you now check the answer to see maybe you actually what's right. All right, thank you for joining. See you again tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, bye. Yeah.
See you. Bye.